Hello, everyone. And we wanted to talk to you about the future of work. So future of work is here. And it's a great opportunities for organization to start doing things differently. And why am I saying it's here? It's here because of two pivotal things that are currently happening in this time. One is the advantage in technology, especially the adoption of AI into our workforce, into our life. And the second one is that we are living longer, we are healthier, and we work until a later age in most countries, which means that within the workforce, we have multiplied generation, more than ever before. This is the atmosphere that put us in a stage of what we call future of work. Future of work did not change organization dilemmas. Organizations are still dealing with the same things like productivity, leadership, talent, management, creativity, decision-making, atmosphere. All the challenges are the same. But this point in time put us in front of the understanding that whatever we did before, all the processes, all the old way of thinking are gone in the new future of work because of those two parameters. Organizations are currently at the junction of trying to do things differently, and we have to do things differently. And in this channel, what we want to do is to provide you everything future of work, from books, conferences, interviews, conversations, processes, presentation, whatever we can find about the future of work. And organizations are a combination between individual people that are going every day to work, and from the business structure, the processes, the structure that navigates the organization towards a mutual value creation, which this, by the end of the day, our organization were incorporated through time. And in the future of work, in this channel 9 to 5 spirituality, we're going to give you two angles, the organization side and the personal side. In this channel, I'm going to be responsible for the organization side. I'm going to talk about the processes, the way organization work as a collective, as a structure, as a mechanism. Well, I'm going to stand for the voice of the business. I'm going to try to provide you tips, insight, and by the end of the day, new information, because we are creating with our thoughts. Everything that was ever created, even AI, started as a thought in somebody's mind. If you don't have new information, you will not be able to start even playing in your mind to get different thoughts, and only those different thoughts will be able to drive you to new outputs. So I'm business side. Lena?
Yes, so I'm going to be more of a personal side, because just like Sarit said, future work is here to stay, and it requires both parties to raise up the standards and, together collaborate and come into great harmony and balance, organizational side and a personal side. So we already know that organization is sum of the people, and I believe that in this day and time, as individuals, we're not only here to take care of our physical, mental, intellectual development, but also of our emotional and spiritual. Because without emotional and spiritual developments, we can't bring our whole selves to work. And emotional and spiritual developments are essential for us to live meaningful and fulfilled lives, because without it, we'll always be chasing outcomes, right? Like new jobs, higher pay, promotions, but never yet feeling fully fulfilled and satisfied, or at least not for long, because that fulfillment, that satisfaction, excitement wears off, and then we look for something else and something else and something else, and this chase never ends. And how would I know? Because I've been there, I've done it for very long. But it's not even just that. Spiritual and emotional awareness give us understanding of who we truly are, and that there is a big difference between who we think we are versus who we truly are. So it helps us to start connecting with ourselves and with others better. We become less afraid to speak our truth and express our needs and desires. We actually start caring less about who said what, who did what, and we care more about, becoming the person that we know we're here to be. We care more about the impact we're making on others, on our workplaces, on people, on friends, families, etc. And one of the most important things, I believe, and especially when it comes, to individuals and organizations, the spiritual and emotional intelligence also helps us to become less afraid of making mistakes, because that's when we begin to realize that every mistake is actually a lesson to learn and grow from. We find a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment in life. And then as a byproduct of all of this, we become more focused, we become more engaged, more productive, creative, self-aware, and compassionate. So now you have organization and you've got individuals who are demonstrating these qualities. And, when the two of them come together, this is when they create the thriving culture and navigate future of work as a whole. So in this channel, as Sarit said, we aim to share some interesting, also out of the box and new concepts and ideas to help individuals and organizations to come up with new creative ideas, and to also shift their thinking, shift their perspective on how they approach some of the day-to-day challenges.
Exciting times. I'm actually very excited for this opportunity, and I do believe that in this point in time, I don't believe that, we're not going to come thriving out of it. I do believe this is the fourth industrial revolution. It's exciting time, and I'm happy that we collaborate together to do this channel. Let me take for a second the chance to introduce myself. So my name is Sarit Lahav. For 20 years, I was a co-founder and a CEO of a high-tech company. I drove the company to over 30 millions. I managed people and I had offices all over the world. And in this point, I'm really excited to get my voice out there because of AI and the adaptation of AI, because I believe that people need to hear things that are different, and we need to do things differently. And I believe that through my 20 years, I gained a great understanding on how to operate big machines. I do understand that by the end of the day, businesses are here to make money, and businesses are here to create value, services and products. That's what we are here for. And we can't run away from it. We can shy from it. Organization operates as a different organism, as a different way of thinking. But I'm here to show that organization can change and things can be done differently. And AI is definitely an interruption to our workforce. I am here to point to people the fact that if we're not careful and we don't understand human behavior and we don't understand the mechanism that is called an organization, AI would have more control than what we are giving credit for. I believe it's here to actually excel us, able us to think differently, because AI currently is just a duplication of our mind. He can do the same that we do. He usually looks at the past. An organization that wanna change, they wanna create new things, would definitely need to do things differently. One amazing thing they would have to do is actually introduce change much faster and push their people to be creative. And I think for the first time in history, KPI of creativity should be part of every organization. But there are going to be a lot of conversation, but this is why I'm here. This is what I'm passionate about. And I hope you will take me as part of your journey. Lena, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Lena Thompson. I originally was born in Russia, and then I lived in Israel for a bit, even though I speak no Hebrew. That's why we speak English. And then I moved to South Africa, and I've been living in UK for the last 16 years. So I come from a computer science background, and I've spent over 15 years in a corporate arena as a computer programmer and a business consultant. I've traveled and I consulted to large organizations all over the world. And I was so lucky in my career to always attract opportunities that were not only like highly paid, but also that allowed me great flexibility to work from home, to go to the gym every day, to train for my marathons, to pick up kids from school. I literally, on a piece of paper, I had it all. But as soon as, I found basically, myself in the place where no matter what kind of job I got, what opportunity came to me, like I was never really fulfilled. And then initially I would get excited, but after maybe like a month or two, that excitement was done. I'm like, okay, what's next? What's next? And this is when I really started to trying to understand what is it that I'm constantly seeking, and is there ever going to be time when I feel fulfilled? Because also going through life, I've realized that even though I was attracting all the opportunities, but I was afraid of expressing myself. I was afraid of saying what I need to make. I was afraid to make the wrong decision, and I would make decision mostly based on what other people thought is good for me. I could not really face confrontation, so I would always avoid them. There was just so many things, so many patterns that even though outside I was very confident and self-assured, underneath I was a complete, I would say, mess. And that led me on a spiritual journey of self-discovery, where I really worked with spiritual leaders, coaches, mentors, to strengthen my core, my inner self. And this is when I began to realize that everything, we really create that success, fulfillment, excitement, joy that we want all to experience in our lives, they never come from outside. They cultivated, they generated from outside. And this is then how our external reality mirrors us, how we're feeling within us. And that's the only way, it's the only way I believe we can make long-lasting, successful changes to our lives. And while Sarit is the voice of organization, I'm really here to show people, how we can find that fulfillment and joy and passion, and especially purpose. For me, it's always been my thing, like, how do I find my purpose? What am I here to do? And that's what I want to share with you guys here, to help you make those inner changes, so you become confident in who you are, so you can say what you think and how you feel, so you can stand up for yourself, so you that no longer avoid this difficult conversation, and literally like bring your whole self to work, to your relationships, to your friendships, and into everyday's life.
You didn't say, but Lena is about freedom.
I am, all of that what I've described can be literally put into one word: freedom. So yes, exactly.
I'm for creativity and new way of thinking and expanding your mind. My passion is to get people to think differently, and you can't do it without information. And Lena is all about freedom. She wants to free the world. I think it will make a good team.
Exactly, absolutely, right. And the thing is, what good is it to us to have this great career or successful job when we don't feel free within ourselves, and we're walking on eggshells, when we're tolerating things we know are not good for us. So I think without that emotional freedom, we can't experience the full freedoms that we all deserve.
So as we said, we're going to be all future of work, everything related, books, interviews, tips, inspiring conversation about all topics, new ways. So you tune here and you will get all the information. We also have an Instagram where we're going to follow up with tips, inspiration, and so on. So you can find that also there. Stay tuned, Lena, unless you want to add something.
I think we've introduced ourselves. We outlined what this channel is about. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. If you like the content, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.